honestly a textbook day for tin. So that's exactly what I'll be doing today, is flipping a bunch of tin out here to see what we can find. I've only got like an hour and a half-ish, so just gonna check as many spots as we can in that time and see what we see. Fingers crossed. So we've got a snake, an older snake shed, 2 snake sheds there from 2 different species. And the first snake of the day, a little eastern small-eyed snake. It's in shed. This is probably last year's babies. I know a clutch of small-eyed snakes got dropped actually under this exact piece of tin last year, so wouldn't be surprised if this was one of those offspring, but he's gone. First snake of the day. Nothing. Ooh, another small-eyed. In shed as well. Must be the day for in shed eastern small-eyed snakes. Quite a nice colour actually when they're in shed. Just gently put that down. Nice. Another small-eyed, are you serious? I mean, it's not that surprising because they're like one of the most common snakes around here, but still, this is the most small-eyeds I've seen a day at this point. Maybe they're not in shed, maybe this is just like their colour, maybe they're all, I don't know. On. Yeah, right. Can we get another one onto this piece? Oh, this piece looks ooh, right at my feet, we got a marsh snake. And an ant's nest. Well, it's definitely the day for snakes under tin. I love this piece, this is my favourite piece down here, so let's see who's home. Oh, big she oak. You got a better look at this little adult she oak skink. It's not actually that small. Stunning brick red colour. This thing is really nice. I don't see these nice red ones down here very often. And yeah, this thing is a cracker, far out. That's a beautiful she oak. These are one of my favourite local lizards for sure. The variation in them is just crazy. You don't find 2 that look the same. And yeah, this is a really nice she oak. I actually am obsessed with these things. Yeah, it's a great day for tin today. And at the first spot, we've already produced 4 snakes and this cracking she oak. I'm contemplating whether to get the camera out for it or not. I don't know. I know I'll regret it later, but I don't know if I can be bothered. But yeah. Big she oak. Pretty sure I seen that individual a few weeks ago when I was here last, so I am gonna leave it and gently place the tin back down. Oh my god, that is so nice. Holy. Alright, have a look at this she oak. This thing is actually crazy. I have never seen a she oak skink that looks anything like this, and even though I showed a she oak at the last spot, this thing is next level. I got me camera out, I'm getting some photos of this thing. That is actually so sick. He's got a little bit of a regen tail, but it's such a strange she oak. And look at the size of this thing. It's actually fairly decent for a she oak. That is sick. Alright. Big fat water skink. You know, big dog. Forgot this. This is a massive ant party. Fucking hell. Do you want me to stick my finger in? Who's home? Oh yeah, baby she oak. Nice. See you, buddy. No one. No one. Some sort of skink's tail just disappeared then. Stick in the ass. Nothing. Last 2. Who we got? Ant's nest. Fuck's sake. Alright, this is going to be the last piece of the day. What have we got? Nobody. I got to run now, but pretty solid day. I'll see you guys when I get back out next. Today's weather has been sick. It's been like 30 degrees and overcast. Late arvo now. I've got time to sneak out for a quick local herp tonight, so yeah, we're gonna wait for it to get dark and yeah, hopefully we can turn up a few cool snakes tonight. All right, just got dark and we're onto the first snake of the night. The little marsh snake, Hemiascus signata. So the area that we're in right now, this is a pretty good find. We're a bit away from the upland swamps that you usually get marsh snakes. And I've only ever seen 2 marsh snakes in this national park in my entire life. I mean, it is only a marsh snake, but still, that's sick. First warm, decent night for the season. 30-degree day, overcast. Then we had a little bit of a light shower, and temperatures have dropped massively. To be honest, the road's not even warm, but the snakes are out. Car's coming. Let's see if we can get a diamond. Next snake of the night is not a snake. It's not a good snake. It's not something we want to see. It's a blind snake. You can leave. All right, next snake of the night. On the way home, little golden crowned snake. Beautiful little snake. They're all bluff. He's rearing up like he's going to do something, but all they do is mock strike with a closed mouth. They're mildly venomous, but very reluctant biters. They're virtually harmless. This was something I was so keen to see when I was younger. They're such a cool snake. They never get boring at all. You can see where that name comes from with those crown markings. They're commonly seen on those cooler nights, and now the temperature's started to drop a bit. It makes sense for him to be out. But yeah, it's getting late and we're gonna head to bed. But that's not a bad bit of action. We also didn't document the other 3 blind snakes that we saw as well. So it was decent for a local night. But yeah, we'll come back when we get out next. Okay, so we decided we wanted a break from the road cruising today, and we've just gone to stretch the legs a little bit. And almost straight away, as soon as we got out of the car, we got this beautiful common tree snake. It wasn't the road cruising target that we were looking for this afternoon, but today we did a big bushwalk, being like, oh God, I want to go somewhere where we got a chance of a tree snake. I've not seen an active tree snake in Sydney for like 2 years at least, and this was a big target this season. I really wanted to photograph one this season and get a few good pictures of them. Because like, look how defensive this one is. It's got the beautiful blue flecks on him. This is a stunning snake. It's a bit beat up, to be honest, for a tree snake, but like the potential's there. It's also partly about to shed. But this is so sick. Even though I don't have my camera, that's fine. I'm honestly stoked to have just seen this beautiful tree snake. The conditions are perfect. It's so hot and humid. Today's the first 30-degree day, and we just knew that snakes were going to be on the move this summer. We weren't even supposed to come out, but we were like, nah, snakes are going to be out, so we're going to have to make it work. And I'm so glad we came out. I've never seen a tree snake at this particular area before, but I've had it mentally logged in my mind as a potential site that we could get them. Yeah, there's a lot of rock walls and perfect habitat around here where I think there's a potential to see a few more. We're going to walk around shortly because I don't know, they're a communal snake. And they are often found in groups. That's generally over the brumation season. But are you actually kidding me? A wattle bird was just swooping this common tree snake on the ground, and this one is so much nicer. I literally just let that one go down there, and we've got a second common tree snake. And look at the colors on this thing. In comparison to the last one, it is a lot cleaner. It's a bit smaller, but it's a lot more vibrantly colored too. How have we got 2 tree snakes this afternoon when I've been trying so hard to find these over the last 2 seasons and not seen any? This is insane. And he's getting a little bit upset, but look, I'll be done with you shortly, mate. I don't even have my camera. How good. These things are actually such a cool snake. They're so variable. You can find common tree snakes in a range of different colors. You get them in blues, blacks, greens, golds. Like, it's crazy. This one's more of a turquoise color, which is pretty typical for the Sydney region. But once you start getting up into northern rivers and, you know, southeast Queensland, that's when the common tree snakes get into those beautiful blue phase with the black heads. They're so cool. They're such a nice snake. I'd love to keep them in captivity, but this is really exciting to see too. Like, they're a common snake, but I haven't seen one for a long time, and I love common tree snakes, so this is a very good day for me. I don't have my camera, so I'm not going to spend long with this tree snake. Going to keep things quick and keep moving to see if we can find anything else on the road. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't, so if that's the case, then I'll see you when I get out next, or maybe I'll see you in the next clip with the death adder if I'm super lucky. which probably won't be, but you know what, oh well. Okay, it's been a few days since those tree snakes that you saw, and I've been heaps busy, but I've managed to sneak out for a quick little herp today on the way home from work. It's cold as, it's overcast, so I'm going to be checking tin. I haven't checked this tin since they backburnt over the top of it, so it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be anything out underneath it. I'm not really having high expectations, but I'll bring you along anyways, and hopefully we can have a small amount of luck today. Tin's looking real average, I'm not going to lie, and you can see where it's burnt along the sheets, but bulk skinks. Lots of garden skinks. Another rubbish piece. Yep, ants nests. What more could you want? I've already lifted this sheet, but we have a very special guest beneath the piece. There is a eastern brown going out the back. Eastern brown snake, Pseudonia textilis. This one's in shed. It's on the move, which makes it tricky. This bloke's in shed, so we're not going to bother him. We're going to keep looking for a nice one out of shed. I haven't been filming because I'm trying to save my phone storage, and right here was a brown snake curled up, small one, another one the same size as the last that was already moving, so that's nice. All right, we've got this little brown snake out for a little look. A nice little juvenile with some real nice bands. Bit different to that one we saw in shed earlier. Those bands are gonna fade a bit as they get older, but we've just done a video on brown snakes, so we're not gonna spend too long with this one, but I thought it was worth getting a better look at because it is quite a nice little banded subadult, juvenile, sorry. But yeah, heaps good snake. We're gonna keep flipping tin and see if we can find anything else. All right, I'm gonna start videoing them now so that I can get the good clips on video. Oh, what's that? Water skink. This sheet doesn't have a brown snake, but there is a brown snake shed skin, which is a good sign that they're using them. They've got this sheet next to it, so maybe Mr. Brown Snake will be under this piece. Red-bellied. You guys have seen a million red-bellies in my video, so we're going to keep things brief with this little guy, but it's a real clean little young red-bellied black snake sheltering under that piece of tin right next to where the brown snake shed was. How good, the snakes are under the tin today. Okay, so after the brown snakes today, came for a little walk this afternoon. Been looking in these rock cracks for boigas, and there is a sleeping common tree snake, if it'll focus. That's the third one for the video so far, which is pretty good considering that I haven't seen one in the Sydney region in herping season for a couple of years. There we go, there's the focus. Looks like it's in shed. Not going to bother it. Not that we even could if we tried, but how good. Another snake, another common tree snake. What a little ripper. I haven't been able to get out as much as I would have liked lately. So it's been about a week since the last time I've probably checked in. But today we're out and we're going to be flipping some tin this morning. And then once the sun comes out, yeah, we'll just see if we can spot anything out having a bask. It's a good day. Lots of recent rain, it's really humid, so let's see how we go. I've only ever seen a blue tongue under this big thing, this big bit of railing, but I'm feeling good today. Nope, nothing. All right, so the day's off to a pretty good start. This is the third site that I've checked for the tin today, but first find is a beautiful little mustard-bellied snake, one of my favorite local species to see, and this is the first time that this site's produced anything for me as well, which is always good to see. Yeah, nice little mustard-bellied snake. You saw one of these in one of my more recent videos, so we're not going to hassle this one for too long, but yeah, it's great to see. These are like seriously one of my favorite local species to find. Such a beautiful snake, and I'm going to grab a few quick photos and we're going to let him go and see if we can turn up anything else today. Feels great. Check out how vibrant this red belly is. This bloke was just basking next to the pond behind me. That is going to be one of the nicest, cleanest red bellies I've ever seen. You've seen a million in all my videos, but I've got to show this one because that is pretty specky. Alright, so lately I've been putting in a lot of time checking these frog ponds in our yard for common tree snakes. Every single day I'm home, multiple times a day I come down here and check, and I did that today. Looked in the frog pond and saw nothing. Then I went to my bedroom a bit later in the day, looked out the window, and I saw this on the driveway. This beautiful common tree snake, which is exactly what I've been looking at the frog ponds for so long. Every now and then we see them in the yard. It's been probably 3 years though since we've had a common tree snake in the yard, and I was so excited today when I looked out the window and saw this big tree snake just sitting in the middle of the driveway. The neighbours have dogs, and I don't think it's very safe for him on our driveway, so that's why I've got him here, and we're just letting him go down the back because there's heaps of bush for him to get into. But yeah, I don't usually handle snakes in videos, but this is an exception. Such a sick snake. Tree snakes are one of the best. Look at the sun. Look at his ventral scales in the sun. This is a really nice animal. Well, it's actually not the nicest animal. Compared to some of the ones we've had in our yard, we've had some really vibrant turquoise colours, and yeah. But you've already seen 2 tree snakes so far in this video. I wasn't even herping today, so I haven't even checked in with anything, but that is pretty damn sick. And the last 3 tree snakes I've seen, I haven't had my camera to get photos of, but this one I have, and I just photographed him on this here right near the frog pond that's got a Perrin's tree frog in it, and got a shot I'm happy with, which is great. But we're going to let this guy go. Hopefully he won't come back onto the driveway or in any of the other neighbours' yards. But yeah, that is so sick. Forgot to mention as well, it's really windy today, which is why I suspect that he was on the ground. You can see all the trees, it's blowing a gale. So I suspect that he was in a tree and it was too windy for him, so he's come down and he's looking for a new place to shelter. Yeah, I think it was for the best that we've moved him away from the driveway, to be honest, because going through people's backyards is only asking for trouble. But we're gonna send him back on his way, and hopefully, to be honest, for his sake, I hope we don't see him again. Hopefully he lives a long life in the bush. There's a creek down the bottom there, and yeah, come on mate, let go of me. There you go. Gonskis. Alright, so I wasn't filming on this particular day because I was running a herp tour, but we'd already seen several snake species for the day. We found something pretty special, so I had to whip out the camera quickly to show this find. Alright, so driving around this afternoon, the past few times that you've seen me checking in, I'd been driving some roads looking for death adders with no luck. But today, we're talking about the possibility of finding a death adder, and look at this thing. This is the nicest Sydney red death adder. Look at the black bands on this thing. It is actually one of the most stunning snakes, and at this particular spot I've been going so hard for death adders over the past 2 years and turned up absolutely nothing, but today just felt perfect, and I actually am speechless. This thing is so sick. Look at the flattening on it. Gorgeous Sydney red common death adder. They've got those big triangle shaped heads, and you can get the red and the grey animals, but these red death adders are literally next level. That is so cool. We're on a bit of a sketchy bend, and I don't have my camera, but I don't really care, to be honest. I am beyond stoked. Today, this is the 6th snake species that we've turned up today, and that is honestly wild. I was doing some stuff on the mid-north coast for a few nights, and one of those nights had really, really good weather, so I managed to sneak out and get a little bit of road cruising done. So here's how that went. Alright, so I was walking to the car to go grab my camera because we found a grassolenta, my first grassolenta, and I've spotted the first snake of the night. I was getting a bit antsy because it's prime road cruising time, but we found the grassolenta, which is a new species for me. So I was running to get my camera, and the first snake of the night, which is a target for me, I was hoping to photograph a roughie this trip. The rough-scaled snake, Tropodecus carinatus, one of the most dangerous snakes, I reckon, to handle and to work with. They know they're venomous, and they are not something you would want to get bitten by. Quite common in this area, but this is the first live one that I've seen on this particular road, which is quite exciting, right next to this pond where I was thinking surely they would be moving. Yeah, often get mistaken for keelbacks, but yeah, I'm quickly going to let this one go because I really want to photograph that frog and then go road cruising, and I will try and find another one later to take photos of. Alright, I didn't video the first dwarf crown, but this is the second for the night. We haven't even got to cruising. We're just walking down the dirt track to the car. And this is the second dwarf crown for the night. It's so humid and hot. I wonder if tonight will be one of those nights where there's dwarf crowns are moving in mass. Small snake, the smallest of the dwarf crowns. Sorry, the smallest of the crown snakes, hence the name. Very common, don't sit still, so yeah, we don't have to worry about moving you off this track because no one drives along this track. But, good start, let's hit the road and see what we can spot. Alright, we're finally hitting the road. It's a little bit later than I thought. It's a little bit later than I would have liked to get out. 8:45, but we're out and it is still great. It's so humid and we're already 3 snakes deep before we even got into the car. So fingers crossed it's going to be a good night. The big target was Stephen's banded snake, and then the next target was a big rough scale. We've already got an average size rough scale. Let's see if we can get another one. All right, next snake is a cracker. It's spazzing. Jet black marsh snake. These things are really common where I'm from, but like up here, this is sick. The jet black ones are so nice, and it is decent for a marsh snake. Holy hell. The brown ones don't do much for me, but these black animals are so sick. I'll be getting my camera out for sure for this thing. Far out. What a weapon. And yeah, for marsh snake standards, that's huge. The footage is going to be pretty average on the road, but yeah, we'll definitely be setting him up for photos. That's sick. All right, here's a better look at that beautiful marsh snake. He is not sitting well for photos, so I've given up on that, but it's just a really nice looking snake. I love these black marsh snakes, and I love how big they get. The biggest marsh snake I've ever seen was like one of these jet black ones that was like 60 centimeters long. This thing's probably like 40 centimeters, maybe 45, but it's heaps sick. They're such a cool snake. They're not that variable usually, but you can get like, yeah, brownish colored ones and these sort of jet black ones. And then, I guess in Cairns you get the reddish tinges on them as well. But yeah, good snake. And we're gonna let this one go. And we're gonna see if we can go get that Stephen's banded snake. Amber's running back for what I think was another dwarf crown about 100 meters down the road. Am I gonna run her over? Let's see. Oh,
it's fresh.
What is it?
Dwarf crown.
Spew. Dead dwarf crown. Sleeping waist monitor and hole. Pretty sick. So we got 1 snake, 2 snakes, 3 snakes. We've got a wave here of snakes. That's a dwarf crown. Oh, that's a big golden crown. Oh. And this one here is a dwarf crown. There's another dwarf crown down here. So that's 4 snakes. Alright, ended up with 4 snakes there in that one stop, which is not a bad effort. Yeah, it's pretty common to get multiple dwarf crowns and a golden crown just in the mix. I don't know why that is, but I've seen it heaps. I'd say that they're not going to be the last ones we see. And yeah, good. 100 meters later, got a snake on the track there, and Amber's just spotted a snake. Did you lose it?
Yeah, it was here. I spotted
What was it?
It was just a
Oh yeah. Let's check out this bloke. And I haven't even gotten up to here yet. There's probably going to be more on the sides. Jeez, that's a big golden crown. Holy hell. Look at that. That's a solid golden crown. Oh, we didn't even make it 100 meters. We got a small-eyed this time. Spicing it up a bit. Another species for the night. Eastern small-eyed snake. Cryptophis nigrescens. Oh my God. We made it 20 meters. Oh no, we made it about 50 meters, but snake number 11 for the night. Another small-eyed snake. Things are moving. No Stephens yet. Oh, a big golden crown. Another one. Snake number 12. It's been a while since the last snake, but we got another one now. Number 13, another big golden crown with a spider on his back. Shoo! Be gone! That was the last snake of the video for a few days of local-ish herping. By the time this is uploaded, I'll have already done 1 trip, but I'll be doing a few trips through Central Australia over the next little while. So hopefully the next time that you see me will be with a bunch of cool Central Australian herps. Thanks for watching.